Good morning, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku, and today we are solving Series Business by Philip Newman. This is a Renban Sudoku. That means, first of all, we have normal Sudoku rules. We're placing the digits 1 through 9, once each, in each row, each column, and each outline 3x3 region. And in addition to that, we have some pink lines in the grid, and along each of these pink Renban lines, we have a set of consecutive digits that can show up in any order so they can be scrambled. So for example, you could have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on a line because that's a set of 4 consecutive digits, but they could be in the order 3, 2, 4, 1, or any order, and no repeats on lines. So let's get started. So we know we need a 9 in that cell because that is the only missing digit in that entire region. Now we have a 1 and a 2 here. And so the only possible line this can be is 1, 2, 3, so we're going to place a 3. We have a 3 and 4 here, which means this line could either be 2, 3, 4 or 3, 4, 5. There's a 2 there, so this must be 3, 4, 5. 5 and 6 means this is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. There's a 4 there already, so that is a 7. And 7 and 8 means this is either 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9. There's a 6 there already, so we are going to place a 9 right here. Now we look at some of the outside lines. We have a 5 and an 8 here. In order to include both of those on a 4-cell Renban, we need a 6 and a 7 to go in between them. So they have to go there and there, thanks to the 7 we've already placed here. 1 and 2 tell us that this line has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, which will go like that. And this is the point where the puzzle gets a little bit trickier, and I'll show you what I noticed. I noticed that there are 2 5s here that keep us from placing a 5 anywhere on this line. And that actually restricts you to only 2 possible Renban lines. There are only 2 that don't include a 5 that are length 4. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 because these this digit can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4, actually. It sees all 4 of those. So this line can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this line must be 6, 7, 8, 9. So we eliminate 7 from here, 6 from here, 6 and 8 from here, and 7 and 9 from here, which doesn't look like it's, and 8 from here, which doesn't look like it's doing much just yet. It does give us a 7. Now, if we look over here, I can't remember if I was meant to go clockwise or counterclockwise. I figured this out a little bit ago and then immediately forgot. So what are our options for this line? We definitely can't have a, well, I guess we could have a 4 somewhere on this line. I'm just going to pencil mark this line because if I'm remembering correctly, my solve path to this puzzle, this line is the next one to kind of fall, but I'm not remembering exactly what we need to work out with it. So let's have a look at it. We'll figure this out. So I'm just kind of pencil marking some rows and columns that intersect with this line right here. Let's see. Maybe we actually move on to this line down here first, or maybe even one of these guys down here. Let's have a look at this actually. So with 6 and 7 on it, we need either 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. So the only other digits we can put on here are 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 4 or 9 by Sudoku. That can't be a 5 or a 9 by Sudoku because we know we have a 9 in one of these 2 cells from the 6, 7, 8, 9 line. Therefore, this is either 4, 5, 6, 7 or 5, 6, 7, 8. Both of those have a 5, so this does have to be a 5 no matter what. These guys are going to be 1, 2, 6, and 8. Okay. And we can leave that there for now. This line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. So the only other possible additional digits here are 1, 2, 5, and 6. We can eliminate 2 and 6 there, and 1 and 5 from here. And again, that's not incredibly useful just yet. Hopefully that will prove itself useful soon. These digits are going to be 3, 4, and 9. Neither of those can be 9 because we have a 9 right here. That makes this a 9. These can't be 7s because there's already a 7 in the region. That can't be a 2 because there is already a 2 in the region. Ah, there's no 7 on this line. That's what I was meant to appreciate. And because there's no 7 on the line, the 7 sees all of the remaining cells. That's also what I missed over here. We can't have an 8 on the line because every time you have an 8, you have to have either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9, so you have to have a 7 in addition to the 8. So this is going to have to be a 4 because that cannot be an 8 due to the lack of a 7. And then this is going to be 2, 7, 8, or 9. If we have a 4, the largest other digit we could possibly put on the line is 7, because the biggest we could go would be 4, 5, 6, 7. But this can't be a 7 because it sees a 7, and also it can't be an 8 or a 9. So we know we have a 2 and a 4, therefore we need a 3. And our last digit has to be either 1 or 5. There's a 1 right there, so that's a 5. So eliminate 5 from here. And then these are 2, 6, 8, and 9. We have an 8 in this row, therefore this is going to be an 8. Yeah, and these are going to be 4 and 5. And these are going to be from 1, 2, 6, and 9. Now if we look over here, we have a 1 on this line, therefore our last digit on the line is a 2, so that is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And now if we look over here, even if we make this line as big as possible, we have to have something that's from 3 or 4. So at greatest, it could be a 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 is the absolute biggest line we could possibly have. Therefore, this cannot be a 9. That is too big. It also can't be a 6 because it already sees a 6. Which tells us that we have a digit on the line that's either 1 or 2. Therefore, the line is either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4, 5. So this digit has to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it sees a 2, a 5, and a 3. Now, there are a couple things that we can do with this, I think. We know that both of those possible combinations have 2s in them. This is the only place for a 2 on the line, so it goes right there. That's going to give me a 1 here and a 2 over here. And we also know there has to be a 3 because it's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 3. I'm just cleaning up a little bit with some Sudoku. And I don't know, I know one of these is going to be a 4. I don't know which, and I don't know if it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4 yet. So we're going to have to wait on that for a minute. Up here, clean up a little bit. That cannot be a 2. I can't have a 1 or a 2 on here because I have to have a digit that's at least 6 in this cell. That makes this an 8, and that makes this a 7, which resolves the rest of this region. Also tells us this has to be a 4, which is going to resolve this line. So here I have 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 6. That's the only of the possible digits that can be at this point. Now these are going to be 5 and 8 to finish off this column. I need a 2 in this column. It can only go right there. Here in this row, I need a 4 and an 8. They're going to go there and there. And that makes this an 8, which resolves the order of that Renban. This can't be a 6. It's now an 8 and a 1. That makes this a 5. This is now going to be an 8. Here I need a 1, a 3, an 8, and a 9 to finish off this row. There's an 8 in that region. This can't be a 1. Neither of these can be 1, so I can place my 1. And that can't be an 8, so I can place my 8 for the row. These are going to be from 3, 4, 7, and 9. That's not 4 or 7, so that resolves these cells. My last 2 cells in this region have to contain a 6 and a 7. Right here, I need a 9 and a 7, and a 1 and a 5, and that is going to be a 6 to finish off its column. And a 2 and a 5 there, and a 3 and a 9. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure why my time is showing up as 22 minutes. I believe this took me 8 minutes on my first try. But hey, if it took you 22 minutes, more power to you for sticking with it. That was a tough one. Hope you guys enjoyed that. The link to solve it yourself is in the description of this video. And I will see you again in 3 days.